the Southeastern Tag Champions, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey. They defeated the team of Bob and Brad Armstrong for those titles in the last week. We have some videotape highlights of that match, and if we could, Wayne upstairs, roll the match in which Rose and Condrey regained their Southeastern Tag titles.
And, of course, gentlemen, at this particular point in the match, you are in control, as we can see here, blocking on Brad Armstrong as Dennis picks up the tag. Dennis?
We're always in control, Les Thatcher. Look at here. One bear hug on one little punk-nosed kid here.
You're looking at the finest two that ever stepped in the ring in Dothan, Alabama. All you hillbillies over there know it. All you hillbillies watching know it. Hillbillies, rednecks, you all know that this is the finest two and the best, because we got what it takes, and we got this, and we're going to hang on to it.
A lot of people are asking us why we're wearing these big smiles, Les Thatcher. We're wearing these big smiles because we're wearing these Southeastern belts around our waist. That's why we're smiling so much.
$1 million talent with $1 million smile, right, cuz?
That's right, baby. You got that right. Truer words have never been spoken.
Look at this. I was just doing a little workout with a kid there, pumping him, picking him up and down because I didn't get to the gym yesterday.
Yeah.
We got a kind of block over here like the 49ers,
Of course, there are a couple of spots in this tape we want to call the fans' attention as we get down towards the end of the match. We're some 2 minutes away from that right now as we see Brad Armstrong battling back, trying to break loose, make the tag. You can see Bob making the reach from the corner, trying to close that distance down. And here, Randy moving in, blocking Brad Armstrong, and Dennis taking back over.
You will not see a finer team than this right here.
Now let's watch it here as Brad finally makes the tag, and Bob Armstrong comes in to go to work. First on Randy Rose, and then on Dennis Condrey.
Yeah, look what he's doing. Karate. This is not wrestling. This is karate. Look at that judo chop to the throat. We should have been the champions right there. Look at here. The man's gone crazy.
We ain't through no
We can't help it because his son can't wrestle.
We ain't through no fist. I want you to look in the background there, Les Thatcher. Look in the background. We had a sellout crowd in Dothan, Alabama, came to see the two cousins.
Now watch here. Dennis, you're going into your knee pad for something.
I'm adjusting my knee pad. It slipped down, and all I did was adjust it.
Rose throws Brad Armstrong to the top rope, and Bob Armstrong apparently at this point
is over the top. I don't know where you get all that from.
I want you to watch here. Brad coming up is going to see what's happening. Randy Rose going to that top rope. Dennis Condrey setting Bob Armstrong up. And Brad does the only thing that's left to do, and that's sacrifice himself to save those that knee from coming down onto the ribs of his father.
And you see
valiant effort,
one,
no doubt.
the 2, and the 3, and you got your champion standing right here.
Look at him. He's knocked slap dab out with one right hand from Dennis Condrey. He's out.
The lights are out. Turn off the lights. They're gone.
Well, then, I see that you've been going to that knee pad quite frequently lately, Dennis.
Let me say this, Les Thatcher. I got a knee pad here that's not too tight on my knee. Every once in a while, I have to pull it up because it slides down my leg. Now, I like to keep this up there because this is what this is for. This is a knee pad, and I don't like for it to slide down.
Got to protect them knees, boy. Like
These are $1 million knees right here, baby.
With $1 million smiles, and we got the best.
Well, Charlie, they are the new champions, and so the tape speaks for itself. I guess we're ready for some action.
Yes, our next event about ready to get. And speaking of champions, Paul Orndorff has been in pursuit along with his tag team partner, Norvell Austin. They're after the Southeastern Tag titles held by Rose and Condrey. Randy Rose is going to walk right in front of our camera for us now, and he and Dennis Condrey are going to join us to look at a film of them against Orndorff and Austin, and the titles were at stake, Charlie.
Yeah, go ahead and show us the film here. Show us how they threw away the rule book. Show us how they abided by no rules whatsoever.
And here we see videotape highlights of a match in which Austin and Orndorff went after your Southeastern Tag titles.
You know, it's gotten to the point, Charlie Class, when we come out here, we try to wrestle, we try to abide by the rules. All these people over here love us. All these people out here watching love us. We try our best. But the first person that throws punches, the first person that throws us over the rope, seems to be Orndorff and Austin. And they're coming out here trying to reverse all kinds of decisions, knowing that they're in the wrong and we're in the right. Like we said, there's a conspiracy, a bias against Rose and Condrey in this area.
Let's watch this tape. I think it'll speak for itself in this particular situation. There you are diverting the attention of the referee
You know, Mr. Blatt, the only thing we ask for in a contest is that the referee call it right down the middle. That's all we ask for, because we are scientific wrestlers, and we do abide by the rules. So all we ask is for the referees in the Southeastern area to just call it like you see it, baby. Just call it right down the middle. See here, I'm on the top rope. I started to jump off, and I said, no, I'm not going to do it. That's against the rules. I am not going to do nothing against the rules. Strictly by the rules. My courage was up there, and he said, no. He said, no, I'm going to go by the rules. We're starting to go by the rules now. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to stick to it. Me and my cousin both.
I think the tape takes care of explaining everything. If you're abiding by the rules, 2 on 1 is not...
rope is not against the rules. Off the top is against the rules. The second rope is not against the rules.
If you realize the ropes are there, Charlie, if they wasn't, they're there for a reason. We use a rope. We use every wrestling hole. We use everything we know. They are there for a reason.
That is the top rope you're coming
No, my left foot was on the
rope, and
rope.
that is a disqualification.
No, I was coming strictly off the second rope.
The top rope you came off of, and that was a
You know, I
disqualification.
didn't remember my cousin doing that. That must be some kind of trick photography or something.
There's
my
no
cousin
trick
did not
photography
come off the top rope like you just saw.
I think like you just saw, he did come off the top rope, and that is a disqualification automatically.
Well, here we had a little misunderstanding here.
The match is over at this point.
It's already over, huh?
And the match goes to Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin on the disqualification. You coming off, Randy Rose coming off of that top rope.
No, the right we say, all we want is the referee to call it right down the middle. That's all we ask for.
You know, we got plenty of glasses, and the referee, I think he needs some, because I was not on the top rope, and you need to have your check possibly.
Coming off the top rope, automatic disqualification, and it could be a way to hold on to titles for the Southeastern Tag Champions. Join me now, 3 champions in their own right, Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose, the Southeastern Tag Champions, and Mr. Saito, the Alabama State Heavyweight Champion. Mr. Saito will be defending his title today on television against Bob Armstrong as a part of Championship Month, here the month of February at Southeastern Championship Wrestling.
You know, today, Bob Armstrong, you know, I beat so easy. You are too soft. You karate too soft. You know, American karate, the disco dance. Today, I beat the hell out of you. You know my in the ring. You retire. You stay home. Eat popcorn, watch TV. You family take care of you.
Something else that you 3 men are joining in a venture into 6-man tag action, and the Southeastern Tag Champions will be teaming with the Alabama State Champions.
You know, you're just surrounded by champions on each side and then behind you.
First of all,
the Southeastern champions, Condrey and Rose, to each side. The Alabama champion behind you, baby. You're surrounded by them, brother.
First of all, you're lucky for us to adorn our presence to you and these people here watching this TV. You're lucky to have the champions. As the Queen says, we are champions, and we will remain champions. TV, it don't matter, like the man says, all of you can go home, eat popcorn, watch TV.
Well, let me remind you there's some outstanding competitors like Paul Orndorff, Ken Lucas, and others.
They may be outstanding to you, but to us, they're just another doormat to walk across, because we got the belt, and we're going to keep it.
You'll be seeing them in 6-man tag action, the Southeastern Tag Champions, Rose and Condrey, and the Alabama State Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Saito.
Look at us, boys. 3 champions standing here. The Alabama State champion and the Southeastern Tag Team champions against nobody. Let me say this. I'm going to make it quick and straight to the point. Boys, you can't beat us. There's no way. No 3 men walking the face of the earth can beat this combination in a tag team match.
On championship week this week, the Southeastern Tag Team titles are on the line. With me, the challengers, Norvell Austin and Paul Orndorff. It's a big one for you today, Paul.
That's right. You know, it's everything that Norvell and myself has worked for. We've been together now for over 6 weeks. We went out there, and I tell you, it boils down to this. We got a dig and scratch for it's a 15-minute time limit. If we don't defeat them here on TV, then we might as well just pack the old truck up and head on out, baby, because this is what it's all about today.
Norvell?
Exactly right, Paul. All the mob is up right here on TV, so you know we got to get down, do some heavy getting down. Condre and Rose, we're ready for you.
Now here's Charlie Platt with the champions.
Very important title defense for
Man,
you,
we're
gentlemen.
get the truck packed up now, boys, because I'm going to tell you what. You can't beat us in Dothan. You can't beat us in the Farm Center. You can't beat us in Birmingham. You can't beat us in Pensacola.
and there ain't no way you can beat us here on TV. Norvell Austin, you know I usually wear a red rose since this is Valentine's Day. I got a special rose for you today, boy. If you don't know what it means, you better ask your friends before you take this match.
Let's go to the ring for the introduction.
Your attention, please. This is a Southeastern Tag Team Championship match. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left, the challengers. At a combined weight of 460 pounds, Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin. In the corner to my right, the current Southeastern Tag Team champions. At a combined weight of 472 pounds, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey. Rose and Condrey.
About the crowd favorites in this match, Norvell Austin and former North American heavyweight champion Paul Orndorff. Championship month continues with the Southeastern Tag Team title on the line, Charlie. We might emphasize, as we have in the past 2 weeks, that with a 1 minute, or excuse me, a one fall, 15-minute time limit confronting them, the challengers will suppress, get their advantage early, and take command. It will be Randy Rose out for the champions. Paul Orndorff out for the challengers. Collar and elbow, jockeying now for position. Rose comes up with a headlock. Orndorff right away on the reversal. Over the top for Randy Rose. With a tackle. Still on the move. Orndorff over the top. And back once again. Arm drag on Condrey as he comes in the ring. And again. Paul Orndorff. He is taking the match to the champions. And that's what he'll have to do to win those Southeastern Tag titles. Pressing for advantage, as we said, with 15 minutes, staring him in the face. It's not a long, long time to beat a champion. The champion can lay back, make you open up, make you come to him, and that's exactly what Paul and Norvell are going to have to do. Collar and elbow. It's the hammerlock grabbed by Randy Rose. Orndorff, a lot of power in those arms, maneuvering his way around. Into that reversal now, Charlie, and over the top. Tag is made with a junkyard dog. Norvell Austin, Austin in. Applying that pressure to the left arm. And in this situation, tags are important. It's important to keep the fresh man in. With 15 minutes, you can't afford to move your weak man in and have him worked over. Norvell with a headbutt. And again, the challengers are pressing. They took it from the opening bell. Charlie, they have moved right on in. They're in command. Byron Carey, nice one by Condrey. Reversal, Austin right out and on his feet, ready to roll. Back into grip. Over on the ropes, but it's Condrey with the takedown. Nice single leg by Dennis. Norvell with a reversal out of the headlock to the hammerlock, dropping that knee in at the joint. There's the tag, and again, the challengers realize they've got to keep the fresh man in. They've got to keep pressing, and they have done exactly that.
Find your point, wear it down. That's what Orndorff and Austin are doing with the left arm of
Dennis Condrey, one half the tag champion. Title match, championship month here on Southeastern Wrestling. Good move by Condrey. You got to hand it to these Southeastern Tag champions. They are a dynamic combination.
Said it all along, Charlie. Rose and Condrey peck away at you. They'll chip away at your armor until they make the whole thing to battle through and win it.
Down for the pin. 2 count on Paul Orndorff. He powers out. Look at Orndorff. Tag is made with Austin.
The champions now opening up. They were laying back. Austin and Orndorff took the offense. Condrey neutralized Paul with that beautiful clothesline, and now Condrey and Rose trying to pull back, gain their momentum, and slow down and neutralize Austin and Orndorff.
Right thrown right into the throat of Norvell Austin at again. Champions opening up on the challengers. Condrey in now for his team. Snapmare takedown. Drops that knee. And for the pin.
And of course, we might mention as we watch the Southeastern title match, tag team title match in championship month, that next week the title remaining will be the Southeastern Singles Championship
to be defended here on television.
Condrey catches his man coming off of the rope.
Rose off that second rope, onto the dog. But the junkyard dog bails out. Hangs up. Norvell Austin. Rose in command with that reverse chin lock. And the tag. The champions realize what we're talking about. The fresh man in. Short time limit. And everybody's got to be on their toes.
Power slam by Condrey. Took out on the junkyard dog, but he powers out.
Condrey taunting Orndorff now. He's back to Austin. Austin doubles his man up with a shot, and again. And there's the tag. Rose will move in fresh. Norvell being blocked. A nice trap by Dennis. Took that leg beautifully, Charlie, and maintained position long enough to let Randy come in and take over.
Rose takes his man up high. Side suplex. For the count. 2. And Norvell Austin powers out. Barely on the 2 count. Austin needs desperately to make that tag with his partner Orndorff, but there we see the teamwork of the tag champions preventing that tag from being made.
And Norvell, right now, dazed in a stunned condition, needs to find that corner. And Paul Orndorff yelling, instructions, calling for his partner, tag me. Norvell has lost a bit of his sense of direction now. He's been stunned, and there's a 2 count, but Austin's still in this ballgame.
He's still fighting for the tag. Rose takes his man in. Another power slam. This could, no. Austin powers out again. Norvell Austin taking a lot of punishment now, Les.
Exactly right, Charlie. He needs to make that tag as he tries to, and it is Austin reversing the procedure on Condrey. Now Norvell, just a matter of feet to make that tag. No, Condrey staring at the eyes. He's tagging the fresh man. Randy Rose moves in. Let's see, he got it.
He got the tag. Orndorff did. Orndorff going to work on Rose. Now on Condrey. Paul Orndorff putting their heads together. Southeastern tag title on the line, on television, for the championship match, crashing down across the head of Randy Rose.
Norvell still in that corner, dazed and stunned, but Orndorff taking care of business all by himself. At this point, Rose battles in there with a shot to Orndorff, slows him down. Condrey moves to Austin. Condrey and Orndorff, the legal man in that ring. Dennis Condrey lines up to go for the knee and catches Randy Rose in the midsection. A big mistake on the part of the champions. Let's see. And yes, Orndorff pulls it out of the fire, and Orndorff and Austin, your new Southeastern Tag Team Champions. A costly mistake by Rose and Condrey. Put the belts around the waist of Paul and Norvell.
What an upset. The Southeastern Tag Team titles are now going to Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin. Great month there, championship month on Southeastern Wrestling. And there's the situation, a costly mistake. Randy Rose, costly mistake. Hey, wait a minute.
Rose and Condrey attacking from behind, drive Orndorff out of the ring. Now they've got Norvell Austin. Randy Rose after a chair. What's going on here? Let's take a look. Setting Norvell up for the pile driver onto the chair, Charlie. That's what they're setting up, and they've got it. The champions, the winners of the match, are Orndorff and Austin, but Condrey and Rose seeking revenge, getting it here. Norvell brought down hard at the chair. He could be seriously injured, and now they're doubling up on Paul Orndorff. Gary Stark hits the ring, Charlie. Stark in there, bailing away at Rose. Stark pounding away at Randy Rose, and Condrey heads to the floor. Orndorff with that chair going after Randy Rose. Let's try and get this in perspective. A lot of confusion here, but in fact, the winners and new champions are Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin.
defeating the team of Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey. Condrey and Rose with a costly mistake as Condrey came after Orndorff for the knee. He sidestepped, he hit Rose, but in the aftermath, Norvell Austin pile drives onto a steel chair at center ring. As you're looking at him now, may be seriously injured, Charlie.
Austin is hurt. We'll bring you up to date later on in the program, hopefully, and we'll be back with our...
Well, boys, and I do emphasize, boys, you done went and signed your name on the wrong dotted line, Jack, because you done signed your name on a Texas death match. Come as you are. Cowboy boots, cowboy belt, your fists can be taped, you can bust each other open, it doesn't matter. Texas death match. Cowboy boots from Japan, baby. Shark skin. Python from Texas. And my cousin's got his common cripplers in the world. Cancer, MS, and Rose and Condre. Stubbs, you know you're already wearing the mark of the Casey at bat. Casey may go to bat that night. We're going to have this match down at Joe's Bar and Grill, but they couldn't hold it. They weren't fixing it down there. So we're going to have it in the Beham Auditorium, baby. And come to pass. We got the Japanese destroyer, too, baby, right here. I show you Japanese fight. Japanese street fight. From Armstrong, I show you Japanese karate street fight. All right. You got it from us, boys. Let's hear it from y'all. Texas street match. I love Texas street cross. I like gym pants. I like cowboy boots. I like a belt. And I like a street fight. You know, let's make sure we got the rules straight, boys. You can wear boots in the ring. You can wear belt buckles. You can tape your fist. You can bust people's heads open, and you can do anything you want to do, baby. I guarantee you one thing, somebody's going to get hurt. Blood's going to flow like wine, Jack. We know one thing about it. When you boys are through with that match, you're going to leave without your clothes, and you may leave without your head.
And joining us now, the team of Randy Rose, Dennis Condrey, and along with them, Mr. Saito. We have some videotape, gentlemen, of a recent match in which you and Dennis Condrey were in action against Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin. Let's roll that tape if we could and review that certain piece of videotape going into the arenas of Southeastern Championship Wrestling and picking up that action.
Here you're looking at one of the best synchronized teams in the Southeastern area, Charlie Platt. Me and my cousin, like we told you long before, they've been calling us eliminators now. We've already eliminated completely Norvell Austin.
You know, Charlie Platt, right here, we got Norvell Austin in a bad way, brother. We told him before that match that he was coming back too early. Way too early. And that's exactly what he did. He came back too early. But you know, there's one thing about it now, baby. He won't be coming back at all no more because he did come back too early and his neck is hurt again. Compliments of one Dennis Condrey and one Randy Rose.
Indeed, injury suffered by Norvell Austin at the hands of Rose and
We went down
Condrey.
and got him a permanent room at the Dothan area Peace, Health, and Wealth and Rest Home down there. We put him out of commission for good. Now they want to come back and they want to hold up belts. Why do they want to do this, Charlie Platt? Tell us something. Is there a conspiracy against Rose and Condrey? Are you in on this? Are these redneck farmers in on this? They're all in on it.
And there we see.
Look at this, poetry in motion. Have you ever seen a better team in your life? Tell the truth now. Don't lie, tell the truth.
Right here, Norvell Austin has already given up about 4 or 5 times in this match, Mr. Platt. He's already given up. I heard him say, I give. Please, Mr. Condrey, don't hit me no more. Please, Mr. Randy Rose, please don't hit me no more. I give up. If you'll let me out of this match with my life, I'll call you Mr. Condrey. I'll call you Mr. Rose. If you'll just let me out of this match with my life. So we let him out of the match there, Charlie Platt. We let him out of the match with his life. And you know what? Sure enough, he called me Mr. Condrey when that match was over. And he called my cousin Mr. Rose.
I heard it, cuz. I heard him say, please don't hit me, Mr.
He's a lot of things, but he ain't no liar, because he sure called us Mr. Condrey, and he called us Mr. Rose when it was all over.
Please don't hurt me again, Mr.
Comments
Rose.
of Randy Rose
Please.
and Dennis Condrey.
Lord have mercy, please don't hurt me. This is what he's saying all this time.
Look at Musclehead here.
Look at musclehead Paul Arndorff. No tag whatsoever, you understand me? No tag whatsoever. Shot right in the ring, and he's hitting on my beautiful face. He threw me over the top rope right here. That should have been the match. That should have been it right there. But being the champions that we are, Mr. Platt, we're going to prove to everybody that we'll beat them right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3, Daddy.
There we see some outside help from Condrey.
1, 2, 3. Just like I...
So you're a little biased yourself, Charlie Platt. You never seem to see...
I was just describing what I saw on the videotape.
What you've seen may have been tampered with. You never know yourself, Charlie Platt. You're a little biased myself.
There they are. You know, there's one other little matter here I'd like to clear up here. You know, we got a musclehead by the name of Paul Arndorff calling himself the Southeastern Arm Wrestling Champion. Well, I don't believe it. Right here is the arm champion of the world, babe. Look at these arms. Show him your arms, say so. We took this man in bars all across the country. He snapped arms like toothpicks, Daddy. Just snapped them. He snapped 3 arms in one night and put 6 other guys in the hospital. So let me ask you this, Paul Arndorff. Do you think you can beat our man here, Mr. Saito, in an arm wrestling contest? We're giving you a chance to prove it, baby. If you're not a coward, a dog that you are, you'll agree. The arm wrestler, Mr. Saito.
Japanese arm wrestling champion.
Condrey in a
You
challenge.
got the guts, Arndorff. Come on.
Challenge for Paul Arndorff from Mr. Saito. Our personality profile coming up next with the Tennessee stud, Ron.
Well, because they say the decision went with you and I. The decision don't have to go with us. We already know that we're champions. We know that we're champion caliber. And Jerry Stubbs, in your eyes, you know that we're champions. We've showed you time and time again. We've eliminated all of your partners. Now you come with a how do you say that, cuz?
Georgia Jaw Jacker.
Tongue twister.
Have you ever in your life heard of such a name,
Tongue
cuz?
twister. Well, there's going to be some tongue twisting, some arm twisting, and some leg breaking, some head knocking, boys. And you're looking at the champions. When the smoke clears the ring, we're going to be victorious.